Hello, Sweet Tooth and Flutter Pyrox is here, playing the game of Booty Butts. No. You. Alright, now then, let's continue the trial of Mr. Terry Falls. Witness, are you feeling better?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best.
You're a brave young lady.
Not this again. I can understand the defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try and pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. He's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason could a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman?
It's certainly hard to imagine this woman is a murderer.
Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next.
Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive?
Yes, of course. I think.
Huh. You're still acting as tame as a kitten. Kitten?
Mr. Armando.
Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Even if the coffee spoils, you still drink it.
There's no words there.
And I was just saying, smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro, and a liver that's going bad from coffee.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that.
I don't know if that's grinning.
Excuse me, may I speak, Mr. Judge?
Of course, Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like.
I'm not sure I like the way you put that. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why. I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know it's not true.
I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady.
But I want the judge on my side, you see.
It looks like this witness is a real professional.
What do you mean?
Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up. Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say.
She be a good lawyer? I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster.
Out of the country, eh?
Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder.
Indeed. You're up to the back, Kim. Sharpen those claws. Put on your best smile.
You bet. Somehow I have to tie her to this case. So, what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed. It was a brutal civil war. She had to try and make her way back home alone. I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of sob story is this? What do I do? Should I press her for details? Wait, she didn't have any personal identification?
Should I press?
I don't know. Maybe she'll add something, but I don't know. Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in?
Objection!
Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case. I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Falls or Detective Hawthorne. Yes, I think we've established that point.
Yes, indeed.
We're gonna get penalized, aren't we?
Well then, shall we add what you just stated to the official testimony?
Yes, please, Mr. Judge. So is it behind? What you just added, is it behind? That doesn't seem different. Year before last. Nope, that's the same. Okay. They said they did. Huh. That's weird. They said they added something. You didn't know either person? Are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people.
Oh well, that can't be helped.
Why is he just agreeing with everything that comes out of our mouth?
The first time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct?
Yes, it really was a coincidence. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors. Picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing. You don't look like much of a hiker to me. You usually look like a digger of sorts. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here, and no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went there once with the college hiking club. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. Didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college?
Objection!
The prosecution objects to any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is who is material witness to the crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent. Thank you. She's really gone too far.
Miss Faye, you're treading on thin ice here.
I hardly said anything. Talk about sensitive. Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things that you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's... Unfortunately, Miss Faye, your last statement proves nothing. Oh, really? Why is that? The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that at that time an officer showed her this photo. And she noticed things that even we didn't?
Yeah, that seems like a rather serious mistake. Huh, that's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book.
That's not fair. That wicked in me. I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. A grudge? Well, the police pony testimony was critical, wasn't it? Showing getting the defendant sentenced to death? Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt. My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful, your client, I mean. did he forget about what he did? He forgot the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client, he forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. And she's right about that. Mr. Falls is kind of forgetful.
Should I press her?
They don't seem to be penalizing you for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What do you mean by that? We couldn't tell you who she was without some kind of identification, right? Right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me.
That's true. He's clearly a bitter man.
This is bad. Mr. Fall's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep, which I do with that last statement.
What's at it?
Your Honor, what the witness just said now was tremendously important. I'd like to add it to the official testimony. The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point. No, that's not why.
Enough. Witness, if you would.
My pleasure, Mr. Judge. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
Okay.
Wait, the scarf isn't white.
Scarf's not white.
Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification.
Ah, you were talking about this scarf right here, huh?
Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing. I've got her now. Just don't mess it up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
What, white?
This is a scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it doesn't look white to me. Oh! Well, it was a foggy day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising she mistook it for white. Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf.
Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but...
There's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is...
Victim's note. Right?
Yeah, they're asking for a white scarf. Witness, have you ever seen this note? No, no, never.
It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have.
I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification. White scarf. Aha! Witness, you knew what this note said. And it's because you knew you slipped out and mistakenly said white scarf. Well, Miss Foster? No!
Order. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation.
I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one, The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person.
Did you say one more person? That's right, a person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten?
Yep. The third person that knew the contents of this note was...
Oh, Dolly Hawthorne's on the profiles. You, Edgeworth.
Edgeworth.
Gumshoe. Because I mean it's technically correct, right?
You're saying Melissa herself?
Yeah. Hang on there, kid.
What is it, Mr. Armando?
Here, I made some special cafe con leche for you. I put in plenty of sugar. Drink it up before it gets cold. Don't be shy.
Why are you doing this?
Your brain needs stimulation. Drink some of this and then think it over again. Listen, keep messing up like that and you're gonna get the judge mad. Miss Fake, don't just stand there casually drinking coffee.
Oops, I think it's too late. But Your Honor, there's one more person. Yep,
So I do have to do Dahlia?
probably. And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? Never heard that name before.
Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. That's her name right there.
Ah. What's this? So who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne.
Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life.
The dead?
Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago.
Killed in a crime? You don't mean...
Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls. You should know this, Judge. We've been talking about it repeatedly.
There was a kidnapping? And a killing? Why didn't anybody tell me this?
You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off Dusty Bridge and was lost in Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she was still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster, I believe that's the same age you are. Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying. But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying.
Ooh.
This witness before us is a girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
What?
Good surprise when you're paying any attention.
Yeah. Oh, nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire.
What?
A grenade of coffee, Kim. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist.
I understand. If I can expose it to the nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now's my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth
Witness, just who are you anyway?
I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Yes, I understand.
Well, what? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself.
Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far.
You don't? You don't mean...
Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses. What did he say?
Huh. Looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go.
No way, but then why?
If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't gonna say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade.
Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
But, I thought she died 5 years ago.
We thought so as well. But well, as you can see, why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of the victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder? Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. What?
I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister?
Well, you see,
Thought I was winning. Oh.
somehow it turned around on me.
Oh. Huh. I think you need a little push in the right direction, kid.
I think he screamed that.
The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim.
That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
Who you calling crazy, kid?
You're the one who just screamed that out in the middle of the court. I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man.
Huh. What makes you think they're empty, boy?
Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. Ah, I am sweating bullets.
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course, aren't I?
No. You just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
Up to me. The rashness of youth, how charming. You're younger than everyone here. It's coming from someone younger than me.
Now then, let's not waste any more time. Miss Faye. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister? She wanted the scarf.
I don't think you want a scarf, right?
Nah. Diamond.
That she already had, right? She fell in the river with it 5 years ago.
Right. The whole truth. Is that what it is?
Probably. If the whole truth comes out, Dahlia has to give up that diamond.
Did I present a note?
Probably. The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, "Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out." Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth.
The whole truth?
There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt like she had to kill Valerie. Keep her mouth shut permanently. A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was the secret that was so important? Where's your evidence?
Dolly and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all.
Oh yes, I know the secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony.
What testimony?
Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things. Such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters.
Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf?
Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia. This will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles.
5 years ago.
5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she slapped Mr. Falls in the arm. I think Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again, or my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. Kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe after all that she murdered her sister? Preposterous.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Faye?
Yes, Your Honor.
As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination.
Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again.
Ha! If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We're still got that info. That ace up our sleeve.
What info?
Come on, kid. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged.
That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us that in the lobby. You know, why isn't he screaming at this point if he knows it's Dolly up there? Trying to get him convicted?
Yeah.
That's it. Fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. Like, wouldn't he be screaming if his teen angel was still alive and trying to get him convicted?
Yeah.
Like, if anything, even if he's not mad, wouldn't he be saying, "I'm guilty then! Let her go! Stop!"
Yeah, exactly.
But then he said the truth had to come out, so he's perfectly fine with the truth coming out, so why isn't he angry or anything?
I assume he's sleeping.
He's asleep. Did you and Mr. Falls have a relationship? Yes, as a tutor. You were tutoring him, Mr. Falls? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Falls came to the house to tutor me. That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. He probably came up with a plan to kidnap her during that time. The Hawthorns are in the jewelry trade and are quite wealthy, you see.
Quite the clever fellow, that Mr. Falls.
Did I hear him right? Did you just call Mr. Falls a clever fellow?
The judge just says so.
Hey, at least he's got off of the I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million.
$2 million.
I was it was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk.
$2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about that.
Nope. Right after we said it.
Yep.
The defendant demanded that her sister Valerie make the exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there on that mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape. There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. There's only one entrance to the mountain, and it's ensuring his safety. What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Falls is. Yeah, right. It was all your plan. Anyway, I learned about the diamond to the mountain and... That was a dangerous thing to do, considering you were held hostage. Yes, but actually, that saved my life.
What do you mean?
You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. So I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment. Well, Mr. Falls was shot right in the arm and let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try and run away. Mr. Falls turned to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin.
Bloodthirsty grin. Ooh.
In the next instant, I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I'd been carried slowly by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. Crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. Just one little shove from behind. That was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. And that's why you hid your identity? Yes. I only told my sister.
Valerie Hawthorne, eh?
Yes, she's the only one who knew about me. Meanwhile, legally this witness has been deceased for 5 years. I never want something like that to happen to me again. That new identity was Melissa Foster, right? Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of. help, doing all the paperwork would have been impossible. He's the only person left in the world that I could count on. If you think I could kill her, there's no way I could.
It's a moment of truth for this witness, too. Once the truth about this staged kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is.
I just gotta prove the kidnapping was a hoax.
Alright. How do we do this?
Check them out. Do you see the problem?
If he pushed her, she would have fell right here.
Yep, she would have fell into rocks. An 18-foot drop onto rocks definitely would have killed her. You say Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible. Impossible? I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in the last 5 years. If someone pushed you from behind, as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level of the river may have been higher back then. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change of water level wouldn't have made a difference.
You're right. If the events occurred just as the witness has testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this?
Just a moment, Your Honor. True, the witness testified the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated she fell from the back end of the bridge. What do you mean? After being shot in the arm, it's possible Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. Yeah,
If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct?
I'm glad you mentioned it. I do remember now. When I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious.
Order! Order in the court.
It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion. Objection! Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault. What? I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mrs. Falls panicked. Therefore, he couldn't have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible. Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record.
Bloody scarf?
That wouldn't be there 5 years ago.
Are we doing the map thing again?
Nope, not the map. The bridge hasn't changed at all, though. So anything you have on the bridge would show its condition. You think someone could be pushed through those metal poles and wires?
Nope. Your own photo and did
Your Honor, all the answers are found right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It'd be impossible to push someone off from there. But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over.
with one arm.
So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm.
Ah.
And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. Ugh. So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge, that is clearly impossible.
Order, order. Well, what is the meaning of this?
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped in the Eagle River intentionally.
What? Why did you make a line wrong?
Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. Could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that, that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness had much more compelling reason to jump into the river. Oh, then what was it? What was so important she wanted to jump in a river? The witness is still alive. That fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping in the rapids of the Eagle River.
Demon. Diamond. Right?
$2 million if she makes it.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond. Ah! No, it can't be. Yes, Dahlia had it all planned out from the beginning. $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river. With the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. Why, that's simply ridiculous. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
Oh, it's possible. She's really, really crazy.
This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well?
But she was a detective then. You say she participated in her sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure it was weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
What do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Delilah and then told her what she was planning to do.
Planning to do?
She was going to tell the whole truth as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatch your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
Who is that? Laughing at a time like this.
Forgive me, it's just hilarious.
Witness? Is that you?
You amuse me, woman, Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. After that at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Pauls and my sister. Well, and one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence, at least show that.
Well, Miss Faye?
I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Faye. Are you stupid or something? I proved fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago. You have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Of course you are. This is it? Is it really over? That girl made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it?
Huh. Without evidence, the trial is over? Who decided that?
Mr. Armando?
Come on now, kid. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
Testimony?
On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fall's stolen car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who's the one person that can testify to that demon woman's crimes?
Falls?
I think so. Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness.
A new witness?
Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls. The defendant. There's only one person that can shed further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Falls.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this?
Why not? The prosecution has no objection.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left.
Defendant, heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me.
Mr. Falls, I don't know what you said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million.
That's not true. Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? He can't remember. Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other.
Terry?
Dahlia, it's true. You're alive.
You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad.
Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you.
I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there's one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
Dahlia. I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness, go! Eek! I'm sorry. I apologize. Water, please. Water. Can't talk, need water. Huh. Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself. Wah! Who Terry Falls saw. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of Bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on Bridge. I watched my car from Bridge. I never put nobody in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia.
Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you? That's enough, Miss Faye. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial.
Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with the cross-examination.
Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence?
There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten, I think.
According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you?
It was raining, already dark too.
You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes? Mr. Falls?
Eagle Mountain, that spot. Strong memories.
Why did he just clam up? Could it be he's hiding something here?
He's gonna cover for her.
Yeah, you just said that my life is in your hands. He's willing to die for her. He already got a death sentence. You were quite early, so you waited on the bridge, correct?
Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it. I'm sure he is. Zebra Boy waited 5 years to ask a single question. To find out why a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been like a blink of the eye.
You were watching the car?
That bridge on the other side is broken. Nobody can come from there. So, I was watching car.
What else were you expecting him to do? Suppose it's the obvious thing to do, but it's bothering me. I'm getting that feeling. Contradiction?
Wonder what's on the other side of that broken bridge anyway.
No one lives there. There's a small shrine up the mountain, but that's it.
Anyway, nobody came. No car, nothing.
Mr. Falls, think carefully now. Are you certain that it was Valerie Hawthorne?
I never lie, it's the truth. It was Valerie. I remembered her face.
Wait a minute, if you had remembered her face, then why did you make her wear a scarf as identification?
Oh, sorry. I told a little lie. But the woman I met, she was different from woman standing here now. She was different. It was Valerie.
What did you talk to her about anyway? Mr. Falls,
Valerie told the truth about the kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take the blame for it. That was all I could think to do, she said. That's why she lied. Got me the death penalty.
were you satisfied with that answer, witness?
Dahlia died. It was my fault. But I don't really remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did push her in. It don't matter no more. Either way, my Dahlia, a sweet teen angel, dead.
But you just tell that she isn't dead?
After Valerie talked to me on the bridge, nothing left to live for.
Oh, so he's taking a betrayal as there's nothing left on me. I may as well die and be at least one last time.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's kind of depressing.
That's super dark.
How can you be so sure? It was raining at the time, and since the day was at 5 o'clock, it would have already been pretty dark on that mountain at 4:30. Please, Mr. Falls, this is your last chance. You've already taken the fall once for something you didn't do.
That woman. It wasn't Dahlia.
Stop right there. What more needs to be said?
Hmm.
Even if it means the death penalty, even if it means taking the blame for murder, you'll still do whatever is necessary to protect her, won't you, Mr. Falls?
I know it's obvious, but he's clearly lying. He's been cursed by Dahlia Hawthorne. He'll probably go to his grave still believing in her.
Mr. Falls,
Even if you can show he's lying, the poor guy will still be cursed. You still have to point out the contradiction anyway. That's the curse of being a defense lawyer, I guess. Bing, bing.
why were they standing in that order if he stood there staring at the car? He stood there staring at the car. Wouldn't there be a different order? Look at the picture. He's standing near the blade that's broken. Why? He stood there staring at a car.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that? Yeah. I'm sure.
I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying.
Huh? Oh, whoa. Whoa.
Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this one, Miss Faye. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. It's obviously the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did.
Orc. Gah. Blah.
Mr. Falls? Please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go. Special place. Did you go to the special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah. It's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love.
A memento?
5 years ago, I hid it under a base of tree there. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I
Poison
want to get.
necklace?
The poison necklace. That thing sure gets around.
Yep. She gives it to all her boyfriends, I guess.
Guess so. This little bottle and a necklace is your memento? It's quite charming, but it looks empty.
Your Honor, you heard what my client said.
Poison her sister.
She stabbed her sister, right?
Oh, stab. Yeah.
He wouldn't got that one, so she couldn't have gotten that for this one case.
Yeah.
He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But he left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. Without much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it.
I still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it.
Or,
Huh? Mr. Falls?
that's enough. Please. Witness. I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink
Oh,
bottle.
there was poison in there.
Oh my
She
god.
convinced him to poison himself if he ever betrayed her.
Oh my gosh.
No, stop the trial. Your Honor, we need a recess.
I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this.
No, we're so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again.
Mr. Falls.
Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee.
Mr. Falls! Goodness, this one got dark.
Holy crap.
That poor guy. She convinced it was all his fault. And so my first trial ended, suddenly and tragically. Ended it with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep in my soul, I thought it'd never heal. Well, that explains why she hated Dahlia Hawthorne so much. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. The guy fucking poisoned himself rather than give her up.
Unforgivable, that witch.
Mr. Armando?
We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, Ken.
It's my fault. It's my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Don't cry, Ken. You're gonna make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this.
Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet.
Ah,
What
he's angry.
the only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Mr. Armando.
No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories. They always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. One year later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case.
So she did get off the hook. Although, wouldn't they have known that that necklace had poison if they looked at that other case?
Yeah, you'd think so. Oh, maybe that's why she hurried up.
Trying to get rid of it?
Yeah, she's trying to get rid of it.
But she already used it to poison another person by that time.
True.
That's why she was getting rid of it, because she poisoned someone just then.
Yep. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect, angelic smile on her face.
I think they're trying to make her like the big bad of this one.
Yeah. It was finally all over. At least that's what I thought at the time. But she kinda is evil. Super evil.
Although I kinda wish they used Spirit Chi Gray more. He'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
She just makes us laugh every time he's on screen.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this.
There we go. Last episode for this game.
What the heck? Bridge to the turnabout. Alright, well, we'll pick it up in the next one. Well, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. Hope you have a good day.
Good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.